I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
What a crazy day in the market. Now, this is what I've been talking about over the past couple, 3 or 4 weeks. I've been warning you guys about this rejection coming our way, and it finally hit. Now, there's a couple things I do want to go over. Is I do want to say congratulations on the members, the paid memberships in the Discord. We did hit a Tesla put. We did hit a Meta put. We did hit a AVGO put. We also hit another Tesla put, and then we got into another SQQ call this morning. Around 6:15, that's when we looked for the rejection, and we hit that also. It's been a crazy week, and honestly, it's been killer. This whole week, my account tripled or doubled into a 200%. I think it's at 215% actually now this week. So, yeah, all you haters that came in my comments, leaving hateful messages, how's your account? It's probably not doing too well, huh? Yep. Yeah. It sucks though. We saw this clear as day. A lot of the Mega 7 have broken to their 200 moving average. I'm going to show you that in a second. But I just want to say thank you guys for the support. The past 2-3 weeks, the market's been really sideways, and all the likes and all the comments in the videos that do add up, guys. Thanks for sharing my videos too. I've noticed also I've had a 200% rate in the past week on my videos being shared. That's crazy, guys. Like, I know very damn well Google, YouTube, financial markets in general probably doesn't like this channel. We talk about it. We talk about how simple it is to trade, and that's the key to trading, guys. It's not about making it so complicated, running 5 indicators and stuff like that. Guys, if you use your simple moving averages, you learn your market value or your market weight, which is market cap. You can see what's going on in the market, and that's what we're going to go over today. We knew this drop was going to come, but what's going to happen to the triple Qs, right? We are sitting at a major support. Are we going to bounce? Are we going to bounce into new highs? Because you know you're probably going to see a lot of YouTubers say that, which is crazy. But let's actually go over and back test this, and let's actually see what's going to what's going to happen in the market. Now you can see a lot of the indexes. I'm going to show you this first because I think this is a good learning curve also, because a lot of people don't know this. They really don't, what I'm about to show you. And yes, we're going to talk about indexes, which I don't just usually do, but I think this is a good learning curve. So let's actually start off with the triple Qs. The triple Qs is on the 100 moving average that is sitting at around 606. And then also on the NAS 100, we are also on the 100 moving average, also on that. So, and then also on the NAS, the regular NAS, we are also on the 100 moving average. So what does that tell you, right? Let me back out of the Discord real quick. But what does that tell you, right? Well, there's a reason why I have these in order. If you notice, the SP 500 is at the very top, the NAS, then the NAS 100, then the triple Qs, then SPY, then the Dow, then the Russell. Why do I have those in order? It's because the SP 500 is still number one. Whatever the SP 500 is going to do, it's going to help push those other indexes. So as I was just showing you, you can notice how a lot of the indexes, the 100, the NAS, the triple Qs, are sitting on that 100 moving average. But look at the SP 500, right? The SP 500 has still room to go to its 100 moving average. It just broke its 50 moving average. So what does that mean, right? Well, what that means is when the SP 500 pushes down to its 100 moving average, that is going to force the triple Qs to break that 100 moving average, and we will start the journey down to the 200 moving average, to the triple Qs of around 564 now. It's ticked up around $9 throughout this week's consolidation. But how do you know that, King? How do you know that SP 500 is going to do that? Well, if you don't know Jimmy, I know, dude, Jimmy has been blowing up in my Discord. Everybody's like, okay, Jimmy. So now I have to use it. So, all right, Jimmy, let me show you how to back test, because if you don't understand, all of these Mega 7 stocks are in all of your indexes. And if the SP 500 has room to drop, that is going to break the triple Qs into a lower stance. So let's actually back test that on the Mega 7. Now, if you can look clear as day, Apple's already pushing down to its 200 moving average. So right there, you have 10%, you have 8%, 6% S&P 500 pushing down to its 200 moving average. So let's go to AVGO, right? AVGO is making a lower, it's actually breaking this channel right here. I call it a channel or whatever, or that support, but it is going down to its 200 moving average of 297. Now let's look at Meta, right? So Meta, there's no supports on Meta, and I already warned you for 3 weeks that it was going to do a lower low, and it's going down to around 548 in this channel right here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. But you can see as clear as day, it's been going in a deconsistent channel. I can't even talk today. But we do have a support of around 535. So that's going to help you push down to the 200 moving average. Let's check out NVDA. NVDA broke all of its moving averages, which I told you all these moving averages clustered together is going to be super easy to break. Where is it going to go next? The 200 moving average. Let's actually look at Microsoft, right? Which it's just saying, screw you. There's always that one stock too. There's always that one stock that is moving ahead of the market, and just I'm pretty sure it's the rich selling so they can do a share buyback on the next low. But you can see it broke all of its moving averages. Your next support, which it did hit that one support I was calling out around 445, but if the market's going to keep continue to sell off, 400 is going to come in the picture. So you have a lot of huge stocks. Like, look at these guys. It's 13% of the NAS, 9% of the triple Qs, 7% of SPY, 7% of the SP 500. So you have around 35% favoring the bears. But what's really going to happen, right? Well, the next couple of days, you're going to see Tesla break, which it's already starting. You can see, and where is it pushing? The 200 moving average next. So just be very careful. That is around 370. And then also, if you actually look at Google and Amazon, Google is just hanging on by the skin of its teeth, not going to lie. And it is ANC. Now, Google is probably going to break this support, and it's probably going to take down slow. It's probably going to follow the SP 500, and you will probably see Google probably go to the 100 moving average and find support there around 278. But from here to here in Google and C, that is going to be around $15 or $20 in the triple Qs. Now let's look at Amazon, right? So on Amazon, it is sitting on its 100 moving average. So the next support is going to be the 200 moving average. So you have Tesla, Google, and Amazon that is going to help push the indexes past their 100 moving average, and that's the last three man standing pretty much. So it's really not hard to trade, guys. It's just you really have to use market cap and percentages, and you can see what's going to happen in the market. I know a lot of other YouTubers make it super complicated. Some YouTubers talk about just indexes. If you were watching another YouTuber and he's saying, well, this is what SPY is going to do today, and that's it, don't follow him. There's a reason why you look at back tests on the Mega 7, because they're in all of your indexes in a different market cap percentage. And that's what the biggest downfall of YouTubers is. Somebody wants to become a YouTuber and they just sit on an index and talk about it. That is not real TA, guys. You really need to see what's going on around 48-50% of the market, because that's what's going to tell you the direction. And if you have 40% of the market breaking their 100 moving average and heading down to their 200 moving average, that is clear as day what's going to happen to your indexes. The 200 moving average is going to get hit. Now, there is some things I do want to talk about besides just market cap and just general, stuff like that. Now, let's talk about something else, right? Let's talk about Greenland. Now, Greenland is probably the biggest, hottest topic right now on probably the world, because Trump wants to buy Greenland. And the number one president that is against us is the French president. The whole EU is behind this, saying we are not letting it happen. We're going to smack America with tariffs. Now, guys, let me tell you something. 15, 16, 17 years of trading, all of that is just for show. And the reason why I say that is because our index, all the way from South Korea to the EU to even other countries like in South America or Africa, their index follows our index. So if we're not able to cut rates because the market's going up, they're not able to cut rates also. That means smaller countries, not just us. Look at Japan, right? Japan's market's going crazy right now. Their inflation is going to be really, really bad because their market keeps on going up, and they're raising rates to fight it so inflation doesn't pop. Now, the bad thing is when we do cut rates, right? The only way we're going to be able to cut rates is to drop the market. And that's where a lot of the drama is coming from with Trump and Powell, because Trump was pissed. Honestly, I mean, I get why he dropped it from 532 to 400 in the triple Qs within 2 months, and then he's like, "Powell, look what I did! Cut rates. I'm not a Biden, and I didn't take a year and a half to drop the market. I did it right now. Let's cut rates." The reason why he wants to cut rates is because he wants to have the next bull market. Now, the thing is, though, Powell knew what was going to happen. He knew how fast the market dropped. He knew it was going to bounce, and that's exactly what we did. Now, the next federal rate meeting, there's a chance where we don't cut rates. Why would we not cut rates, right? It's because the market is floating at this right now. It is floating around 600 in the triple Qs. So when it is floating around 600 in the triple Qs and not dropping, you can't cut rates. But Powell already cut rates. He cut it from 5% to 3.75. That's great, Jimmy. That is not a lot. Now, 5% is really meant for 700 in the triple Qs, if you really want to know. You don't raise rates equal to the market value. You raise rates over the market value just in case. 1979. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go study it. Now, what is the best thing that Trump can do is ring, ring, ring. What's up, French president? I know you're my biggest fan. I know it because you fly over here all the effing time. He is leading the drama between the EU. But the thing is, on the back end, guys, they're just playing all you. They're throwing tariffs because the market's not going down, and the drama with Iran, the drama with Venezuela, I can't even say it right now. I'm so tired, and plus, yeah. But the thing is, that stuff didn't work. That didn't drop the market. So what's the next step? They always have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and I'm telling you, they're on plan probably F by now, and that is Greenland. Now, do I think we'll probably take in Greenland? There's a high chance. But there's also a win-win situation of cutting rates and scaring the market. Do you get what I'm saying? So with all the other countries like the EU, because their indexes follow us, that is a high chance where they're going to smack us with tariffs. And I guarantee you that 10%, and it's probably going to happen on February 1st. And the biggest thing I'm hearing, I don't know where people are getting this information, is, well, 10% is not a lot. Okay, Jimmy, give me 10% of your paycheck. I want every person watching this video, give me 10% of your paycheck. How many no's did probably just happen right now? 10% is a lot. Now, what do I think is probably going to happen? Well, we're still in this 2023 bull channel in the triple Qs, right? But I'm going to pull up the moving averages. Now, what I talk about all the time is in a bull market, it will always act the exact same way as like this bull market. So if you look at this bull market, it's moving the exact same way, bouncing off the, here, I'll actually turn off the moving averages so you can see it a little bit better. So a bull market will bounce off the 10 and 20 moving average every single time. When you go into a bear market, you will reject off the 10 and 20 moving average. It is opposite than a bull market. You will reject and go under and reject and reject. And then when we had our last bull market, you will find support like just 2019, 2018 on the 10 and 20 moving average. But here's the thing. When you go into a bear market, because that's probably what we're going to get with tariffs, so we can cut rates. And then when we cut rates, that's going to ease inflation. And then inflation reports are going to come in bad. Do I think they're going to come in bad anytime soon? No, not probably until midterms. But here's the thing. The countries are going to get together and they're going to crack a top just like this. The 10 is going to get under the 20 moving average and you're going to get a drop. And then when you find support, you're going to get a push up. What do I mean by that, right? Well, let's go back over here. Let's go back to this 2023 bull channel that we still are in, even though the index or the Mega 7 are finally breaking their 2023 bull channels. But let's actually pull this up, right? So I'm actually just going to pull up the 200 moving average. So this is what you need to look for. Right here in this 2022 bear rally or bull market, or the 2022 bear market, you will always get a hard drop and then you will get a hard push up. What most likely is going to happen is you're probably going to get a drop and then a bounce right back up. And then as we cut rates just a little bit more, countries are going to still causing drama, which they're already telling you the time frame, guys. They're saying a 10% by February, and then it's going to jump up to 25% tariffs, which we're going to get. And that's going to break this top also and eventually break us past the 200 moving average. And then you're going to get something just like the last 2022 bear rally. And around this time, when we start cutting rates around 2% to 2.5%, maybe even 1.5%, then inflation is going to pop. And when we're at this top right here, in bad reports of unemployment, inflation is going to come in around midterms or after midterms, and then you're going to get that next rejection. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see around a 475 in the triple Qs play out again. Now, does that mean it's a bad thing? No, guys. Like, that is probably the best thing for the economy, honestly. We have to cut rates. Now, to the people that are 19, 18, 21, 23, probably watching this video because most of my audience is between 21 to 38. Those young 20-year-olds don't understand what it's like to have a mortgage when you buy a mortgage and all of a sudden interest rates go up. Well, when you go to a bank, kids, and you get a mortgage, that's not your base pay for the rest of the mortgage. When we raise interest rates, your mortgage fee is going to go up. My mortgage back in 2023 was around $1,200. Now, as we were raising rates through this 2023 bull market, my $1,200 payment is sitting at around $1,900 now a month just for this house. And that $1,900 is not going all to the house value. That is going to a lot of the interest rates. So a lot of people are taking big hits, not just in America, in other countries. So all of the countries are getting together to cause drama to make you believe that, playing politics, guys. They're literally letting you play, they're giving you bread and games, just like the Romans used to do. As you sit there saying, F Republicans, F Democrats, dude, these guys that are politicians are laughing in the back, getting richer and richer because you don't understand. You're sitting there choosing a side saying, F Trump. Dude, Trump is trying to save America, honestly. It's not hard to see. Just because there's riots going on, sorry, I didn't know, that determines a person. Like, if you're focusing on the riots and not focusing on interest rates and how the market's doing, you're never going to buy a house, I can tell you right now. But let's see what happens this upcoming week. Do I think that we're going to drop more? Yes, I do. Not financial advice. Now, the biggest thing is Tesla, let's actually pull up the moving averages. Tesla, Amazon, and Google have not rejected yet. So when they do reject, you're going to see that break in that moving average of the 100 moving average. And then also the SP 500 coming from its 50 moving average, going down to its 100. That is going to start the downfall of around 564. But thanks, guys. Thanks for all the support. Discord, let's keep hitting 150% every 2 weeks or a week. Honestly, thanks, guys. Like, it's really cool to have a Discord like this. And if you do want to join the Discord or join the membership, there is a link. And by the way, if you're struggling with trading, you don't have to trade alone. Like, you really don't. Come in the Discord. The link is in the description. Just click that, or probably in the comments. I did probably pinned it by the upload of this video. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for the support.